Hello everyone. Today we have with us Deepak Kukreja, who is a new student at NUS Business School. He is also a recipient of NUS Achiever Scholarship, and he's here with us to share how did he manage to get the scholarship, how is he managing his finances at NUS MBA, and also how has been his experience in last 2 to 3 weeks in the NUS MBA program. So let's welcome Deepak and get to know from him. So hey Deepak, welcome to the channel.
Hey, hi, Amit. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, I'm also very pleased to have you. So let's get started with your academic and professional background.
So Amit, before joining my NUS MBA, I was working with high growth startups for almost 7 years, and exactly I was working with an edtech startup in Bangalore called as Lead, and I was taking care of growth strategy for southern part of India. And for before that, for 3.5 years, I was working with Oyo, and I was taking care of launch of Oyo in various geographies of Europe, UK, Southeast Asia. And before that stint, I was working in Oyo India as a business development manager. And when it comes to my academic background, I graduated as a civil engineer in 2014. But then during very early initial days of my engineering, I realized that no, engineering is not my calling. And building onto that, I started working with high growth startups.
Perfect. So you were already doing business development, strategy work, and business expansion and things like this. So why did you decide to do an MBA?
So Amit, as you mentioned, I was always on business side of the roles, and I thought I am always lacking that structured business knowledge. And to build and bridge that gap, I decided that I want to do an MBA. At the same time, in India, when you have like humongous competition to move up the ladder, an MBA always helps you, to bridge that gap.
So perfect. So to distinguish your resume and to create your own mark, you decided to do an MBA. But
Yes.
doing an MBA requires a lot of research as well. Many
Yes.
countries you consider and many universities you consider. So can you tell us what all countries and universities did you consider to do an MBA?
See, Amit, I was having one clarity that after my MBA, I see myself in Southeast Asia or Asia.
Oh,
So that I was having that kind of clarity. And why? Because I have been working with high growth startups, and this is something which I want to do after my MBA as well. And if you look at the overall startup ecosystem in Southeast Asia or main Asian countries, you will see that it is still growing as compared to the Western countries. So I was having that kind of clarity in my mind. And then I researched that, okay, what all are the schools which are well recognized in Southeast Asia? And there were three or four names on top. Like one was NCR, second was ISP, then NUS, then HKUST. So these were 4 or 5 colleges which I was initially keen to, get my MBA from.
so where all did you end up applying?
So I applied to INSEAD, I applied to ISP, I applied to NUS. My first choice was INSEAD, but unfortunately I was waitlisted at INSEAD. But I got a confirm admit from NUS, and I ended up joining NUS, and I'm really very happy for that choice.
Perfect. So, since you have joined NUS, can you tell us more about how was your application process and your whole journey of applying and getting the admission?
See, the overall journey, it starts from GMAT like every other college, and then NUS has an application process where you need to write 2 essays and one scholarship essay. And the way I prepared myself was like deep introspection, that what exactly I want to do after my MBA, having that kind of clarity, and then what all skills are needed to get those kind of roles after your MBA really helped me a lot during my application process. And one of the things that I did was I was in touch with a lot of alums of NUS and current students of NUS. So that interaction gave me a lot of clarity that, okay, what I should be doing, what I should be projecting in my application, and how is NUS really a good choice for me or not.
So, Deepak, I also came to know that you were selected for NUS Achievers Scholarship. And most of our viewers are not aware of what is this scholarship and how we get it. So, can you tell us more? How did you manage to get the NUS Achiever Scholarship?
So Amit, I'll first of all tell you what is NUS MBA scholarship, Achiever Scholarship. So this is basically given to full-time candidates, and this is a merit-based scholarship in which your overall work background and your academic background is considered. And the best part is there is no separate application for this scholarship. You just need to write a scholarship essay, which you submit along with your application. And it's that scholarship essay is the deciding criteria. So, that's in that scholarship essay, you should be able to mention that why are you the person who should be getting this scholarship? How will you be contributing to the school after getting that scholarship? So this is something I think which should be covered in that essay.
So, what all did you mention that you got it?
Okay, so I clearly mentioned that what all I have done in my past, how I have contributed to my undergrad school, and how I will be following that rate in NUS as well. So these are the things that I mentioned in my scholarship essay.
And do you think your business experience and leadership experience also played a part in it?
Yes, because what I feel is that these kind of scholarships are actually given to promote diversity. And when I look at my overall work, it's quite different as compared to any other Indian candidate. So I think, yeah, that played a major role.
And finally, can you share with us like how much was the scholarship amount that you get?
Okay, so this changes from individual to individual, but in my case, I was able to get roughly around 20% of my tuition fees.
Oh wow, that's great actually, because NUS MBA fees is a lot, as everybody knows, and if you can offset 20% of the cost, it's actually a big win
Yes,
even before
yes,
starting the MBA program. So congratulations
definitely.
again on that.
Thank you so much, Amit.
So now we would like to move about planning your finances moving forward. So how did you plan your finances even before starting the NUS MBA program, and how are you doing this when you move forward in your program? So can you just give us a brief idea about it?
Okay, so Amit, I actually took an education loan, and I will also tell you, like, there are various ways you can secure an education loan for NUS. But to start with, NUS is a well-recognized institution. It's very easy to secure education loan for NUS. So planning those finances, become very easy, very easy. So there are multiple options. Like when you are an Indian applicant, you can end up applying to international firms such as Prodigy, who sponsor like up to 80 to 90% of your tuition fees. Or you can reach out to Indian banks who, like, then you can reach out to government banks where you require a collateral. If you don't have a collateral, you can easily reach out to private banks, and they are ready to sponsor like up to 40 lakh Indian rupees for your education. So this is the path that I took for my for planning all the finances. And apart from the tuition fees, a lot of a chunk comes in your living expenses, which will be roughly around say 2000 Singapore dollars if you are staying in campus. So I am fortunate enough I was able to secure an accommodation in Newtown, and that is relatively subsidized as compared to what are the property rates outside in Singapore at this point of time. So I roughly paying 1100 Singapore dollars for my monthly rent. Apart from that, food in Newtown is also very subsidized, so you end up getting food at a very very less price. And yeah, so I believe like a rough expense of say 2000 Singapore dollars for a month is a good money to live in Singapore if you are able to secure a campus accommodation. If not, 2500 to 2600 Sing dollars is a good amount for initial calculations.
Nice. Actually, I also created a video about the cost of NUS MBA like past, and I know that many of my viewers have watched it. So if you are wondering, guys, that how much is the total cost of doing NUS MBA, please watch that video. I'll keep it in the I button. And also just a caveat that the fees have increased again for NUS MBA. Now for this coming year, it will be 84,000 plus GST. So you have to adjust it accordingly. But thanks Deepak for giving us a brief idea about how much expense you have to consider before starting your MBA journey at NUS. So now I would like to know how has been your experience at NUS MBA and in Singapore in last few weeks.
Yeah. So, Amit, my experience has been amazing. Why? Because everyone in NUS is very collaborative and very helpful, right from alums to seniors to peers to program office. They will do everything to make you comfortable in Singapore as well as in NUS. And the best part is my cohort. So we have people from like 29 nationalities, and working with them, speaking with them, interacting with them, I have learned how to look at problems from different perspectives. And when it comes to Singapore, it was not much difficult for me because I got to stay in Singapore for 6 to 7 months in 2018, 2019. So I am well versed with the overall weather and everything. But yeah, NUS has been very helpful in all kind of things. Like for example, there are a lot of people who are trying to secure accommodation outside NUS is helping them. There are a lot of people who are trying to do other things in Singapore. NUS is helping them. And the best part about the MBA courses that we get to interact with part timers who are currently having a full time job. So it really helps you in building a very strong connection and strong network. So that way, my experience at NUS in Singapore has been amazing.
Nice. I'm really happy to hear that. So, Deepak, can you also share, like, after MBA, what are your goals and ambitions, and what are you expecting to get out of your MBA?
So Amit, I have just started my MBA, trying to explore what I want to do after my MBA. But there are two paths which I think will be well suiting and in sync with my past experiences as well. So one is I want to work with big tech firms or high growth startup in strategy and operation roles. And second path, if I'm unable to secure my plan A, my plan B will be to work with consulting firms who are helping startups in a new business launch and in new geographies and product launch, go to market strategies.
Nice. So, I believe that you should try to start getting some internships as soon as possible so that you can
Yes.
start on this path and will be able to achieve what you desire after the end of the 17-month program. So,
Yes.
Deepak, now, lastly, do you have any tips for the students who are preparing to do an MBA abroad and also targeting scholarships?
Yes, just be yourself and have a proper clarity that why are you doing this. I have seen a lot of people who just skim through the MBA programs by just going through the rankings. But ideally, that should not be the correct criteria. If you want to achieve something, first set up your goals. What exactly do you want to do after your MBA? See, and where do you want to live after your MBA? See how your college or which university can help you in achieve those goals, and try to do your research with that kind of perspective instead of just skimming through the rankings of the program. And when it comes to your application, before writing the application, it's important to get in touch with as many number of people who have gone through the process. Speak with alums, speak with your seniors, speak with people who are already doing that program, and try to learn as much as you can, and just be yourself.
Yeah, and if you're applying for NUS MBA, please watch all my videos before applying. That will
Definitely, your videos have been a great help to me as well. I really appreciate your work. Whatever you're doing for everyone is really very amazing.
thanks, Deepak. Thanks. I'll be also covering other universities now moving forward. Recently, I did an interview with the NTU MBA girl,
Okay.
and moving forward, I'm also planning to do some European MBA videos and things like this, so that I can also expand my viewer space. So yeah,
Mhm.
great chat with you, Deepak. I hope that all viewers get to learn a lot of new things, especially about the NUS Achievers Scholarship that you got. So congratulations again. Any thanks a lot for making time. And anything you want to say at the end?
Thank you so much, Amit, for having me here. It was wonderful speaking with you, and keep doing the work that you are doing. It really helps students who are willing to apply for MBA programs. Thank you so much for having me here.
And thank you so much, guys. If you are watching the video till this point, then please do not leave without giving a like. Also, comment whatever questions you have. We'll try to answer them. And please subscribe to the channel and share this video with everybody who is looking for doing MBA or getting a scholarship abroad. So, until next time, peace.